Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing great. So today we will be going through another video of the update of my US stock portfolio. My name is Jack and let's begin. Based on what you've seen on the screen, this is my Moomoo account and current value is at about $7,500 in SGD. My total input cash is around, I would say it's around $7,000 now. And the profit is around $500, I can say. And the latest news that caused this portfolio to go up a bit more is AMD. And later we will go through one by one the company that is now in my portfolio. So just go through the asset class now. You can see that my stocks make up of about 60% of this portfolio and the balance cash is around 40%. Next, we go through the securities and the position that I have. I'm holding a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 companies now. And to explain a little bit, this is a new account. It's like a duplicate of my main account. So this is like one of the public accounts that I aim to achieve a portfolio balance of about $50,000. My startup capital initially was $5,000. It has been almost about 2 months already, I can say, since I started to journal this new portfolio. So I'm just doing this out of my passion or my free time after work. My aim is to achieve a portfolio of estimate around 20 to 25 companies. So some of the companies can be a little speculative. I'm sort of like a mid to long-term investor. So mid-term meaning to say maybe like 6 months to 1 year, and long-term probably like 3 to 5 years or 10 years. So this is my aim. So the stock that I selected, right, it's mainly fundamentally strong by checking their balance sheet, their financial numbers, their cash flow, etc. So if you happen to see one of my earlier videos, you will understand what I mean. My plan is to hold around maybe 5 to 10 companies of the speculative play companies, those companies that probably are starting to make profits or still in red. I mean, still have not made any profits yet, but has good potential. Examples are like SoFi, etc., etc. Just to name one example. So the rest of the portfolio, probably another 10 companies, will be those fundamentally very strong companies like NVDA, Google, Meta, etc., etc. Just to name a few. Let's start with looking through at the portfolio now. The biggest position in my portfolio now is AMD, up about 33% due to the latest news yesterday. Let's take a look. So AMD share price jumped up about the 20+%, 30% from yesterday news. I'm sure everyone has heard of this one. So let's take a quick look. In summary, AMD is partnering OpenAI, and AMD is to supply OpenAI hundreds of thousands of AI chips. And this include like warrant for OpenAI to buy up 10% of AMD stake at 1 cent. And this is a long-term investment for both companies, I would say. And AMD expect like more than 100 billion revenue from this OpenAI partnering. And AMD shares is on track to record highest percentage gain since April 2016. So the last closing price for AMD is about 203 now. It's up about 23%, 24%. So in fact, it go as high as 226 yesterday, about 35 or 36%, if I can remember correctly. Congrats to all AMD shareholders. Next, we look at Meta. Meta for the past few days has been coming down a little bit. It's go as low as 691. I bought one share of Meta. I can't remember whether it's last week or the week before or this week. So I think it's last week at $711. So it goes down to about 690. So if Facebook can drop further, I plan to add more shares on Facebook. I don't have to touch so much on Facebook. It's fundamentally very strong companies with very good income and balance sheet. Next on the list, Adobe. Adobe, as usual, for the past week has been hovering around 340, 350 range. Not much news on Adobe. Next, Celsius. Celsius pricing has started to go back up a little bit more. You see right here, for the last few trading days went a bit higher. It has been dropping down from $63 down to around $50. Now it's heading back up again, probably to test the $63 resistance. But I will not do anything for now. Next one, Elf Beauty is the same, not much news. The stock has been hovering around $130, $140, so nothing much to talk about. FTNT, same thing, nothing much to talk about. So next, Amazon has been, let's talk a bit about Amazon. Amazon share price is quite weak recently, I noticed. You see from the highs of about 238 and now it dropped nearly close back to about $214. This is like a range bound up and down around this kind of range. So you see if you can fall further down. So if Amazon drop back to probably $200, it's actually a very good opportunity to add more shares right here. Right, 210 or 200. I think for a long-term investment, Amazon is definitely the right company to play with. Next. So NVDA, due to the news yesterday from their competitor AMD, NVIDIA price did drop a bit yesterday, but I think the buyers buy back up the drop, so it closed roughly around the same. So now it's about, the last price is about 185. So NVIDIA, although there's very good news on the AMD side, I feel NVIDIA overall is still the market leader in this field. So I would also love to add more NVIDIA if NVIDIA can come down lower. Yeah, but it's quite difficult for them to come down back to about $160 or even $150. If it happened to drop really all the way down, I would likely buy a lot more shares of NVIDIA, as I feel that over the long term wise, NVIDIA is still the company to look at. Yeah, AMD will be the second one, and then followed by AVGO, I feel. Let's continue. MRVL has been doing quite well. You can see my MRVL has risen about 42%. It's actually one of the top few positions in my account. Just that the position is small, just two tiny little shares of MRVL. You know, because it's still not a big company, so it's a little bit of the speculative play here for MRVL. But it's been doing quite well. Not much news recently. Next, Fiserv. Alright, this one is a new position that I added last night. So Fiserv, you see their share price has dropped all the way down to $124 since the high of 238. It has been very undervalued. And when I have time, I will probably go through the balance sheet, but it's looking very good. Their balance sheets are really looking very healthy, very good. So it's just a very, very, very small position, speculative play, but they has been showing signs of like good fundamental. That's why I wanted to start a small position for Fiserv. This is really a very first time I bought this share. So I have plans to do more research on this one. If it's a good company, I will definitely add more shares because right now it's really all-time low. That's all for the portfolio updates. And let's chat a bit on this current stock market, US stock market. So the government has already shut down. This piece of news for the past almost 2 weeks of government shutdown. It did not really affect the stock market so much. And share price, to me, I feel is still normal. There's not much major news that's happening that's affecting the whole stock market. Just certain news from some companies that is catching the attention of the market. For example, yesterday was AMD partnering who and who. Recently has been more of the OpenAI partnership with NVIDIA, with Oracle, with AMD, with Intel, all these things. That's making this all the semiconductor chips stocks going higher and higher. So and some people are talking about the AI bubble now. So definitely we have to watch the market because not every sector is going higher. Certain sectors like the consumer defensive are still low, and what I observe in the market is only mainly the big tech and the AI companies, including the AI software, hardware, their share prices is going higher. So of course we have to watch this carefully. If there's a certain pullback, we can't react in time as well, because if there's a crash, definitely I don't think I'll be able to react in time. So that's why I would tend to choose my companies carefully, fundamentally strong company now. And hopefully one day the crash will come, because if not, I won't be able to deploy all my capital as well. So we see how it goes. one side of me is hoping for a crash. One side of me, of course, everyone hopes the market can go higher and higher. So to me, there's not so much of excitement now, as a lot of things are all very expensive. A lot of companies are very expensive. Those that I want to buy are very expensive. So those I don't want to buy, they are still cheap. Like some dead money stocks like Adobe, like PayPal, although they are fundamentally strong. Adobe, I would love to add more if it can come down to maybe like 340, which I explained before. Other than this, I feel the whole market is high, and investors are also quite cautious now. So that's what I feel about the whole US stock market. Okay. So if you enjoy such video, please remember to leave a like button. And if you want to see more content weekly, please remember to subscribe. Thanks again for watching the videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.